If your boyfriend, fiance, husband ain't never heard you too, that's gonna change. Because you're gonna be in bed, and you're gonna be like, oh my God, that came out of me. Hey y'all, it's Amy, plus one still, right? Okay. Today we're going to be more of a little story time with the how did I kind of know I was pregnant? Denial, right? Denial. But kind of, how this all happened in the first stage. So I was, partying, doing my thing. I was in Mexico right. I was in Mexico, came back, and I was like, hey, babe. And then, couple, months later, girl, I was sleeping all the time. I was going to my mama's house, because at this point, I was still in the Army, so I was driving down every weekend to come to my mama's house, spend some time with my mommy. I was going to sleep. My mom trying to go to the mall. Amy, vamos a la tienda. No. I want to go to sleep. No. Right? So I was just sleeping all the time. I was sleeping. And that's one of the most common when you're pregnant in the first trimester. You're really tired, right? But I didn't know that. I thought it was normal because I'm a sleepyhead. I'm anemic. So I was just always asleep. And then a second one, my boobies were hurting and swollen. But, I forgot to tell y'all, but I got the little shot on my butt for birth control. It ain't work because look, clearly, right? So, for my little ladies that have a menstrual period, that get it every month, back to back, like regularly, yeah, if you miss your period, 9 times out of 10, girl, it was either a oopsie or a yay, but you might be a little expecting. There was that. Like I was saying, my breasts were just really, really hurting. They were swollen. I was starting to notice that my bras weren't really fitting like they were used to. So I go to, me, I'm a mommy's girl, so I be ama to everything. I be ama, what does this mean? Ma, hey, ma, I'm sick. So my ma, I was like, ma, me duelen. I was like, why? And she's like, no más que salgas con tu domingo 7, Amy. Vas a ver, right? For my English-speaking ladies, that's, that you better not get pregnant. It's 7 Sunday, but it doesn't make sense in English, but in Spanish, it makes sense. It's, you better not come out pregnant, basically. So I was like, no, Mom, I'm on birth control. No. Oops, Oops. And then another one that I was having was cravings. I loved me some ice cream at 3 a.m. It was delicious with some French fries. Or hot Cheetos and mashed potatoes. Yeah. Spicy foods, I didn't really know. Yeah, I loved spicy foods. Then I got pregnant, and now they just give me heartburn. So that's another thing. So if you don't know, once you get pregnant, everything changes. Your favorite foods may no longer be your favorite foods anymore because the baby just might not like it. Mole. Mole is one of my favorite dishes that my mom and my grandmother can make. But right now, we in war because I eat mole and it gives me real bad heartburn. I'm talking to the point where I can't sleep, drink, nothing. Nothing helps. Tums help occasionally, but if you take too much Tums in the beginning, by the time you this pregnant, Tums will no longer work. And then morning sickness. I personally didn't get morning sickness as bad as a lot of young ladies do. I know a lot of young ladies lose weight at first during the first trimester, due to morning sickness because they're just sick. Because it's not just morning. They don't lie to you when they say morning. No, baby, it's all day. It's all day. You go the whole day, all night too. But yeah, that's one of the symptoms too. I was getting also cramps, like little. I don't know how to explain it, but it was like little cramps, like period cramps, like menstrual cramps. So I'm over here like, oh, I got the depot shot, but it was more towards the end to where I had to renew it. So I'm like, oh, I'm probably just gonna get a period, but no. Julian made an appearance. It was Julian trying to let me know he was in here. Because, in the beginning, I don't know if I mentioned it already, but I was still partying. I couldn't keep up, though. And that's one thing. I couldn't keep up. If you start to feel heavy, like real, like this heavy, like you running, if you usually, like, are occasionally really active, like I said, I was in the Army before, so, they had us out here running like this. And, yeah, I'd be like, espérame. I'd be like, wait for me, guys, wait. And then in the Army, they don't care, so they'd be like, wagon wheel. So they turn around and come get me. And I'm over here like, yeah, I couldn't do it no more. I couldn't run what I was usually running in the period, so that was another sign too. But yeah, and then hungry. If you don't have morning sickness, because sometimes I did, not a lot, but I did. I had, my pregnancy was pretty smooth through the beginning trimester. I was just hungry all the time. And weight gain, of course, weight gain. Yeah, because I don't think I started to show until I was like 5 months pregnant. I just looked fat. So I think I found out when I was like 4 months pregnant. I found out I was pregnant. But that's another story time. But I thought I was just fat. Like, I thought a girl was just gaining weight. These shorts don't fit. Bigger size. But no. Yeah, if you gaining weight, missed a period, feeling fatigue, boobies hurting, cramping a little bit, period 2 weeks late, baby, it's time to take a test. It's time to take a test. Y salí con tu domingo 7. I know mommy's not going to approve, but I promise you they'll come around. Eventually. Hopefully. I don't know. My parents did, my parents did. Well, actually, yeah, they came around eventually. Eventually. After, some time, I had to give them their little space and be like, you still mad? You still mad? You are? Okay, see you tomorrow. But it's okay. The heat will die down. If you do find out you're pregnant, take prenatals. Those are really important. Extremely, extremely important. If you're a girl like me that is anemic, girl, you're gonna be looking yellow. If you Hispanic like me, got a little brown skin, you're gonna be looking amarilla. You're going to be looking yellow like a banana. So take your prenatals. They help, especially with the tiredness. You won't be feeling as tired, as sleepy. You'll still be feeling drowsy, but it's not going to be as bad. You might want to get out of the bed once a week. It's okay, it's okay. It's progress. But another thing is, if you start feeling not yourself, like if you're typically like me, like a really preppy person, like we like to go out in the streets and you kind of just want to isolate yourself, baby, go to the doctor. You should go to the doctor. Because I know it happened to me. I had gotten a little bit depressed in the beginning when I didn't know. I didn't really want to go out as much. I was still going out and partying and doing stuff I wasn't supposed to be doing, right? Sin el permiso de mom, because it's mejor que pedir perdón que permiso. And for my English-speaking ladies, it is better to say I'm sorry than ask for permission. It sounds better in Spanish. But yeah, if you're most definitely not feeling like yourself, if you're most definitely feeling a little bit more on the blue side, take a pee test, go to the doctor, because it can be dangerous. It can affect you long term. Yeah. Another thing, girls, another thing. I'm one of those girls that is like, like alpha. I got pregnant. Girl, I am a mess. A mess. I think one time I cried about ice cream. I was like, Ama. She was like, yeah. I was like, you want to go get ice cream? ¿Quieres ir a agarrar nieve? And she was like, no, Amy, it's 20 degrees outside. So I sat there and I looked at her and I just cried for like 5 minutes. I cried. I sat there, boo-hoo, cried. Because my mom didn't want to go with me to get ice cream. And then I know most of y'all are going to be like, Amy, why don't you just go up and get ice cream? Because a girl like me don't go nowhere by herself. If I ain't with my man, I'm with my sister. And if I ain't with my sister, I'm with my mommy. Because I don't know, I was independent, not no more. I got married and became a princess, a passenger princess. Because I don't even drive anymore either. Yeah. My boyfriend, he would be like, no, babe. Mind you, I already didn't know the word no. I didn't know that word. But I would just be like, whatever, I'll just go do it myself. But now, I'd be like, but why? Why don't you want to go with me? But why don't you want to take me? Or back to the eating thing. I'd be like, I'm hungry. You wanna go eat? And he'd be like, no, babe, that's why I'm getting fat. You're calling me fat? You start taking things too hard, a little bit too much. Just a little bit. You start becoming a chillona. You start crying like crazy. Oh, and you get these bubble guts, girl. If your boyfriend, fiance, husband ain't never heard you too, that's gonna change. Because you're gonna be in bed, and you're gonna be like, oh my God, that came out of me. But yeah, guys, that was my little story time for today, little vent. See y'all next time. Like, subscribe, comment what y'all thought about my video. And yeah, see y'all next time.